Hi there, we hope you're well and having a fantastic day. We just wanted to let you know we are thinking of you and that you are loved. The more we travel, the more love and kindness we've seen, so we just wanted to send some your way. Sincerely, your friends, Kels and Jay. In Wyoming, we met Jess. We were immediately drawn to her because she lives full-time in her self-converted school bus with her son, Liam, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. As we got to know her better, we became extremely inspired by her and her story.
Smokey the bear, what do you have to say?
But yeah, we just wanted to kind of hear about like your story, how you decided to start converting a school bus, and then like your nonprofit that you started as well.
Yeah, so I did 10 years in the Marine Corps, and I was medically retired after a really severe car accident. I broke my back and my pelvis and had a lot of mobility issues, wheelchair to walker to cane to, you know, a lot of physical therapy. And eventually I wasn't able to continue to serve, so I got out, and I had an opiate addiction, a pretty severe drug addiction from all pain meds and that kind of stuff. And I thought it would be a bright idea to go to art school and detox my first semester. So I got this idea about building a bus just for my family and something that I could travel the country. And you know, I spent 10 years of my children's lives away most of the time, you know, being in the service. So this was my way of kind of getting us in close quarters and relearning each other and stuff like that. As an artist, I wanted a big open space where I could make art and do that kind of stuff and continue that. And then I got an idea of inviting veterans to our home on the bus and being able to teach them or have them tell their own stories through art. And so that's kind of how Painted Buffalo Traveling Studio started. And the nonprofit is to get them, you know, telling their own stories through art and using alternative holistic means to, you know, heal through their own service. You know, when we go to inpatient treatment facilities or we go talk to a counselor or a therapist, you know, most of the time they're just civilians. Yes, they're good in their heart, they want to help veterans, but when I say acronyms or talk certain stuff that happened to me, you know, when veterans come into the bus or I just meet them on the street, they can say something, I'll be like, oh man, yeah, you know, like I've been there too, you know, and I just have that niche where I'm able to, you know, relate because I've probably been in a lot of those situations, or even just, you know, acronyms of different things that, you know, normal people wouldn't know. I know them too. So you don't even have to talk about all of the stuff that you're struggling with. It's just, you're my brother in arms or my sister in arms and I got you, and like let's just chat or hang out or let's go on a hike or do whatever, and it's, you know, healing that way. Then, you know, because none of us really like to talk about our problems. We want to heal, but you don't want to just open up and say it all the time. But, you know, that's how this kind of all started. We've taught a lot of classes here, like in our living room, you know, just bring your whole family. And it's a whole, like, you know, whoever your people are, you know, kids or, you know, parents or spouse or whatever, like, let's just all, like, get together and hang out and have a barbecue and, you know, that kind of, like, you know, atmosphere, and we can create art. And so it's a lot of teaching veterans, you know, to tell their stories through art, but it's a two-part thing because a lot of veteran artists I've connected with through social media. So kind of advocating for them. And, you know, I have a part on my website that you can go and look up your state or your community and find a veteran artist in your town. You can buy their art or their leather work, or their, you know, if they own a, you know, a mechanic store or something, you can kind of support veteran-owned businesses in your own community. The other thing is giving out art supplies. It's called the Paint Can Project. So in the military, I was an artist, and that was my job. And so I would just carry my art supplies in an ammo can, because they were around everywhere. You know, Marines shoot a lot of ammunition. So then when I went to art school, I just carried my art supplies in ammo cans, and everybody thought it was real cool and funny and whatever. And so when, you know, I was thinking about ways I could, like, give actual physical stuff to veterans, I just had, you know, a trunk full of ammo boxes and started filling them up with, you know, supplies. And when I would meet a veteran and they'd figure out what I did, be like, you want to tell your story? Here you go. Here's some art supplies. And so driving around the country, I've literally given ammo boxes in gas stations, and someone finds me on Instagram, hey, I saw you're coming to my town, can I meet up with you? Yeah, man, where do you want to go? And I can literally show up to someone's house or a coffee shop, or you know, that's the whole point about the traveling studio, is being able to physically go to them. Because there's a lot of, you know, veterans, their mental health stuff, they literally cannot leave their house because of, you know, the trauma that they have. So you bring the house I literally can bring my house to theirs, and we can go into their house, or they can come out to the driveway into my house, and we can, you know, one step at a time work that way. And ultimately my, like, little catchphrase is saving lives through art supplies, you know, just kind of, you know, giving another tool in your toolbox of how to, you know, tell your story.
That's awesome. And then do you have, like, a donation page on your website?
Yeah, so there's a part, it's called Get Involved, and you can either volunteer, you can donate art supplies, you can become a Patreon.
So we have, like, this thing, I don't know if you're familiar with it, on our page, 50 and 50. So we have, like, a tier on our Patreon where, like, people can donate. So we wanted to, on behalf of our patrons, give you a $100 gift card to Michael's.
Oh, thank you.
And it's just, like, one of our ways to give back, because we really support, like, what you're doing.
Gift cards is really awesome, because I can swing in and, you know, fill up a couple boxes and restock my ammo cans out in my, you know, under my bus. So I just have all these random ammo cans. I'm just waiting to get pulled over, and someone be like, ma'am, why do you have all that ammunition? I'm like, no, it's art supply. It's paint.
And then Liam, like, pops his head out, and he's like,
it's for him.